Hello everyone! It's a beautiful day here in Moscow and welcome back to our channel. Today is Moscow's 878th birthday, a perfect occasion to discuss life here in Russia for foreigners in 2025 after the sanctions. Let's explore how individuals are adapting to these changes. For today's video, I'll be sharing you some of my experiences living here in Russia. I'll discuss my thoughts and opinions on what it's like to be here now. It's going to be interesting, so stay tuned. And by the way, we're currently filming now at Okhotny, Riyadh, an underground mall located here at central Moscow, Manesnaya Square. Before moving here, many of my friends and acquaintances talk about Russia. They describe it as a country with intense emotions, closed off, strict, and intimidating. And to be honest, at first, I have a doubts, but with the help of my husband, he explained everything to me, and time goes by, I was adapting what they have here. Let's talk about sanctions, especially those imposed by the Western world. Since 2022, a lot has changed, affecting economies and people lives, particularly foreigners. However, for Russian people, these sanctions have been in place for so long, they don't feel their impact anymore. The government here is doing everything it can to provide for people needs despite of the sanction. And good example for that is after 2022, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube were blocked in Russia. Now, only users with VPNs can access these platforms. In response, Russia developed its own alternatives, VKontakte, VK Video, and RYouTube. And by the way, this is a Chinese store. You will find products from China here. It's popular because China and Russia have a strong relationship now. And actually, Chinese citizens can stay in Russia for 30 days without a visa. Russians in turn can enter China visa-free for the same period. And finally, we finished to buy some clothes for autumn. It's fascinating to see how fashion changes every season here. Back home, we had one type of clothing for the entire year, but here every season demands a different style, which is a quite an adjustment for me. We are having lunch right now. We tried some Chinese ramen and soup. And by the way, we're meeting up later with my husband friend from his previous work since he wanted also to walk on Moscow Central. And later, we will go to Zaryadye Park. So we just finished our lunch right now and my husband seems satisfied about it as he wanted to eat at Vkusna Itochka again, but I suggested trying Chinese ramen for a change. And by the way, Vkusna Itochka is McDonald's before. These are parts of the changes after the sanctions. Western companies' actions varied widely. Hundreds of firms left the Russian market entirely, while others reduced their operations or continued to sell essential goods. Some sold to local investors and underwent rebranding. Good example for that is the McDonald's, KFC, and Starbucks were rebranded. Apple, Dell, and PayPal suspended sales and services in Russia. However, Apple has reopened the chain of premium reseller stores in the country. The downside is the prices are higher compared to buying directly from the main Apple store. As of the moment, we are here now at Zaryadye Park and meet Alexander, Denis' friend. I'm deeply in love with this place. It's my second visit. I was here last winter too. And a lot of people right now, especially in this panoramic observation deck. This is really amazing place where you can see the view of Moscow River and Kremlin. It's like a floating bridge above the river, supported with glass side, equipped with wooden decking and comfortable seats. After this, we are planning to go to Patricky, considered as the elite district here in Moscow, most prestigious and desirable area, often featured in social media and streaming due to its wealthy and prominent residents and visitors. This area knows for its high-end restaurants, shops, and general atmosphere of exclusivity and luxury. We just come out from the subway station. We travel approximately 15 minutes and then 10 minutes walking from the subway station going to Patricky. This is one of the struggles since here in Russia, they have a lot of stations and lines for subway and trains. It's really confusing, especially for new foreigners live here. You can't rely on GPS because as of the moment, map and GPS here doesn't work accurately. Specifically in Moscow, and I think in every big city now have this system wherein they interrupt drones flying to Russia, so every phone or devices miss out location. Basically, it will be located somewhere else, not on the real location. And this is a part of safety protocol for ongoing special military operations. That's how they called here. As we walk along, we pass by a coffee shop hoping for a quick caffeine fix. However, our plans are thwarted when our card doesn't work swiftly at the terminal. I'm not sure why, but it's frustrating since we don't have cash either. Speaking of which, bank cards from foreign countries, including those on the SWIFT network, not working here due to sanctions. Major card networks like Visa and MasterCard have suspended their operations in the country. So if you are a foreigner visiting Russia, you'd better bring some dollars in cash because your bank cards won't work. For those already living here, obtaining a Russian bank card is possible but challenging as it's not easy. And now we are exactly at Patricky Street. If you saw from the previous clip some of the luxury cars, and it's common in this place that you can see luxury cars on the street. Actually, this place is just a small street. It just become popular because of its exclusivity and upscale atmosphere. And if you seek a tranquil dining experience with a picturesque view of the pond or simply wish to sit and admire the scenery, the Patriarch Ponds offer the perfect settings. These serene waters are famously the backdrop of Mikhail Bulgakov's acclaimed novel, The Master and Margarita, making them a literary and visual delight. We decided to sit here and relax. My husband and his friend had the chance to catch up and talk about life. They haven't seen each other in a long time, and this is my first time also to meet with him. He asked me how is my life going here in Russia, how I managed to live here, adapt to the weather, and get to know the people. And these are the usual questions I get whenever I meet someone close to my husband. Like I always say that living abroad is undeniably difficult and challenging, but I'm fortunate to have a supportive husband who makes it manageable for me. One thing that really challenged me now is the language. Most foreigners find learning Russian language to be their greatest struggle. And look at this, I like that there's a stage set up in the middle of the pond. Later they're going to have a program. Unfortunately, we won't able to watch it because it starts in 2 hours and by then it will be too late for us. Actually, my in-laws have been calling us asking where we are now since we will be spending the weekend to them. In connection with that, video calls on WhatsApp and Telegram have been blocked recently. The government is now encouraging the use of Russian messenger called Max. This is the actual Patricky Street during the night. It transformed into a lively hub. Restaurants, shops, and bars bustle with activity, and the sounds of music and conversation fill the air. Luxury cars glide along the streets, adding to the vibrant atmosphere. It's hard to believe that this country could be under sanctions, yet people here seems to live their lives normally, unaffected by the restrictions. I know that hearing about all things that aren't working here because of the sanctions felt overwhelming. I'd been there before, but then I made some discoveries and realized that anything is possible here because they offer alternative solutions. I truly enjoyed this day. Aside from walking around in different parts of Moscow, we had a great time reconnecting with others. The places I visited today and new discoveries make me believe that Russia is a wonderful country to live in despite of the sanctions. Of course, there are some downsides for foreigners like me because as of the moment, rules here are constantly changing, which we totally understand given to the current situation. And I think this is normal even in other countries where changes are made for the benefit of the nation. And that's all for now. I hope you find some of the information useful. If you're curious about whether we'll stay here in Russia for a long time, we haven't decided yet. It will be depend on how things go. For now, what's important is that we are happy starting our life here and have the opportunity to share it with you. If you have any questions or suggestion about Moscow or Russia, feel free to comment down below. We'll do our best to provide the information you need. Don't forget also to subscribe to our channel, Majelica and Denise, Filipino-Russian couple. Thank you so much for watching and bye for now. See you on the next Moscow adventure. Bye-bye!